perfected it, but he could not make it. I said, okay, let me come and show my people. The first slide is what are small-scale businesses in Nigeria. Small-scale businesses are it has 3 items as shown on the board. The first is capital investment. The second one is the employees. And the third one is the localized operation. Those are the 3 major things that has to do with small-scale business. Capital, employees, and localized. That is, you can do it within your area, even within your house, and then you take it out, dispense it, and you make your money. And these small-scale businesses play a major role in the society. In the entire nation, it is the small-scale businesses that are actually boosting our GDP. Because they are everywhere. They are hardly a street you enter that you will not see small businesses. Either the person is selling biscuits or selling minerals. They have small-scale businesses. Whatever one is doing to earn a living, the small-scale business. So if you go to slide 2, what is, by definition, in Nigerian context, it's a small and medium enterprise development agency of Nigeria, SMEDA. How many people actually make up these small-scale businesses? It's between 10 and 49 people. Between 10 and 49 for small-scale businesses. What of the assets? The asset is between 5 million and 50 million. Yes, it's on the high side. That is, when you grow you can start a business with 1,000 naira. You can start a business with even 500 naira. And it's continuing to grow. But by the time you get to 5,000, up to this 50 million, your tax is limited. In fact, nowadays, as from January, you won't even be paying tax. Then, for CBN, they also said the fixed assets of a small business is between 100 million for small firms, below 100 million for small firms. That is for the CBN turnover for a small business. When you go to the next one, capital base, that is typically below 5 million, excluding land and building. Though threshold may vary depending on the agency or type of business. Number of employees, like we said, 1 to 49. Ownership is usually individual. Could just be one person, could be 2 persons putting heads together to form a business. The scope of operation is localized. Technology used mostly low level. That is, you just apply your the little you have learned, like we are going to do today. Some of us will become mushroom experts, mushroom producers. Some will become soap producers. Some will become snailries. So a lot of small businesses can come up. And like my last speaker said, if we go beyond today, that we are organizing another one next time, we'll bring in more businesses. Even these 3 may not take us less than 6 hours. That is where I was afraid. That how can we cope? Because I will want everybody to participate in the 3. It's not just so that you can now pick a particular one and specialize on it. If we are saying we want to share ourselves, some for mushrooms, some for soap, it may not meet our interest. Because everybody should participate in the 3. And then you can now pick interest in one, and then you develop your business on it. The mushroom is very easy to do. You can do it behind your house. The man will demonstrate it today for you. The soap, so easy. The snailry, we have an expert here who will also demonstrate. You see that? So all these things are so easy. Fisheries are also there. Something you can just do within a very small place, and you make your living. There are what we mean by small-scale industries are here. Tailoring, which has to do with nowadays they call them fashion designers. Poultry and fish farming. hairdressing and barber salons, POS and mobile money businesses, restaurant and bookers, printing and photocopying shops, online retailing like Jumia, WhatsApp, Instagram. There's another one they call Temu now. That one is the latest. And then you have car wash and auto repair services. You have shoemaking. You have so many types. Cake baking. And so many other ones that we can go into. So, but we will have to start somewhere. We cannot introduce you to everything one day. So if we can have some people grow interest in these three that we are starting with today, you will see that we will, keep on evolving. Maybe in the next 2-3 months, if we organize another one, some people will pick interest in those areas. And before you know it, the entire youths and elderly ones in the church who don't have anything doing may be engaged. Next slide. Well, there are so many that have been listed there. Importance of small-scale businesses in Nigeria. They generate a lot of employment. Over 80% of Nigerians' labor are employed by small-scale businesses. If you really go around, like I said, there is no street that you don't have one small thing or the other being done by so many people. If you go to, let's take Uwagboy for instance. If you count the number of people engaged by all these small-scale businesses on this street, there may be more than the number of people employed in a local government as a whole. That is the importance of small-scale businesses. Entrepreneurship development, they offer a platform for innovation and skill development. Like my brother said, why do you think Igbos are actually thriving in business? Most of them don't like government job. Most of them will have PhD. They just go and keep it under their portmanteau. Anytime you ask, I have it, but it's there. I don't need it. I'm not using it. But I have a PhD. But when it comes to business, they are there. And you can hardly see a village, no matter how remote, that you will not find an Igbo man there. And they are the one running all the small businesses there. Because that is where the money is. It's not in the white-collar job. How many professors will you say they are millionaires? They are not there. We are just there to thrive, just to survive. But when you talk of real businessmen, they are all who grow from the small scale and become big businessmen. People like Dan Tata, Dan Gotes, the Grenadians, and so on. They all started from very small level. But today they are the people we refer to as the rich people in the society. Poverty reduction is also associated with small-scale businesses. When people are engaged, they have something to feed themselves, their immediate families, and even their relations. Contribution to GDP, very immense, very high. MSMEs contribute over 45% to Nigerians' GDP. How to successfully start a small-scale business in Nigeria? Though I mentioned between 5 million and 49 million or 50 million. That is for those who have come up. But for those of us who are still growing, like I said, even 500 naira, you can use it to start a business. Choose a business idea. You must think very well. There are so many things you look into. Like I said, you must look at your locality. It's very, very vital. And look at the demand of your locality. And also, think of the traffic, the human traffic in that area. They are very important. We'll come across them. Choose a business idea. To start a profitable business in Nigeria, you need to choose a business idea that has the potential to do well. Typically, when choosing a business idea, entrepreneurs study the markets. Find a problem and then build a solution to it. That is, in an environment, in a locality, what do they really need that is not present, that is not available? For instance, you may say, this street, nobody's selling popcorn. And somebody will just say, okay, if I start selling popcorn at that juncture, you see many people buying it. And before you know it, you have made it. Before you start seeing other competitors, you have already gone beyond their level. Praise the Lord. So that is how to start a small business. You must look at where you are. Your environment is very vital. This solution may be in the form of products or services. Example in Nigeria include food vending, catering. Apart from, what do you call it? This cold stone. I am not sure there is any good food vendor along this road. If there may be very few. And that is another area some people can exploit. Fashion and tailoring. In your environment, you must look at it. Is it really there or is not there? If it's just one person in the whole of this street, it cannot serve the community. So other people must come up. POS. Farming. We have mentioned so many areas we can farm, can do farming. Excuse me. No, please go up a little. Digital marketing. This one has to do with, is similar to POS or mini importation. Like we mentioned Jumia, Temu, and some other things. Go up. Yeah, evaluate your skills. You must also look at yourself. It's not just to say one particular thing is not available in my environment. Do you have the skill? Can you go into it? If you know you cannot and you don't have the skill, what you do is look for somebody who has the skill and join hand with the person, and then you grow the business together. But it must be somebody you trust, not somebody who will come and push you aside after the business has established. So when looking to choose a business idea, it is important that you start with evaluating yourself. What are your strengths? Do you have a passion that can be turned into a strong business idea? Are you experienced in some fields that will make a great business idea? Then you should consider them as business ideas. Write a simple business form, a simple business plan, which will include a business plan outline, your business goal, products or services, target markets, marketing strategy, startup costs, and funding. Then revenue projection. That is, if I plow in 1,000, what am I expecting? Will I be expecting 800 naira or 1,002? So if I'm expecting 1,002, it means there is profit. But if I'm expecting less than 1,000, it means that's deficit. It means you are losing. Then that business is not going to profit you. You take a look at your environment. I think I have explained so many of these words. Another way to generate an amazing business idea is by taking a look at your environment. Are there problems in your community? Yes or no? That need solution? Will people pay you for providing solutions to the business problems that are bound in your environment? If your answers to these questions is yes, then you should consider starting a business that caters for that business, that will solve that problem. So you must now secure startup capital. If it's a business that you know that is beyond your capacity, then the next thing you do is do what? Source for funds. Look for loans, soft loans. And in most cases, we advise you join various associations. Maybe you get to that place. You go and join cooperative societies and all those, so that you can have access to soft loan from community bank, all these cooperative banks. There's one other bank. When I remember the name, I'll let you know. So there are so many banks that where you can go to and get a soft loan with very small interest, and you can use it to start your business. Avoid large loans at the beginning unless absolutely necessary. Don't take a very big loan. Say, I want to make it once and for all. No. You must start from from the bottom and start coming up. When you take loan of 1 million and the turnout is up to 1.5 at the end of it, then you can be talking of, oh, let me go for 2 million. Why not take 2 million and at the end you are not getting even 1.5? You are losing and you must pay, you must return the loan and you must pay the interest. The bank will not want to hear that you are losing. Yeah, create a business plan, like we said. Business plan is not difficult to create. It also depends on your environment and the kind of business you are going to. It's very central to starting a business in Nigeria. A business plan is a document that details the financial and operational objectives of a business. It goes into details about the mission and vision of a business, who the business plan plans to sell to, what the business offers, its selling points, the business goal, and objectives, to mention a few. The business plan is actually a simple tool to achieve and manage business growth. It is usually to define business strategy, goals, deadlines, budget, etc. Then you now determine the purpose of the business plan. What is the purpose? Deciding whether the plan is to be used internally or by third parties, etc. This helps in determining what source of information to concentrate on. It is important that you determine what sections of the business plan are relevant to your business before starting the business at all, ahead of your plan preparations. Then you now want to start the business. Like I said, the location is very, very important. Because if you start a business where people don't need your products, you will run at a loss. So you must look for a place where, if it is so, discuss with the landlord or anybody around there that has that facility where you can stay and do your business. You do that. That would be as part of your plans. Options include renting a shop or store, using a home-based or mobile setup, leveraging digital platform, maybe Instagram, WhatsApp, GG, Telegraph, and so on and so forth. And then you ensure accessibility, affordability, and security. Then you now need to register this business name. But registering business name, it is when you are already actually coming up. Not at the beginning. At the very beginning, you don't need to register the business. Just continue. But when you are becoming big, you need to register it. And then you visit that website. You search for your business name. You have to formulate your business name. In most cases, we reserve the name and complete online registration. Choose a business name registration to simplicity. Documents needed for you to register a business with a CAC and other body. You need a valid ID card. And when they say valid ID card, it could be national ID card, international passport. It could be your driving license. Those are national ID cards. Then the business details, the name, the address, the objectives of your business need to be stated. Hello? Then depending on your business type, you may need local government permits. In some cases, you need state permits before you now talk of the CAC, which is national. And it also depends on what you are producing. That you may say you need NAFDAC registration. Some items like for food, drugs, cosmetics, they need NAFDAC number. But when you are operating at a very low level, like I said, you don't need all these things. You can still do it within your locality, and people will be patronizing you while your business will rise. But by the time you are going to say you want to move it to other states or other local government for sales, you need this number. And in most cases, well, opening a business, a bank account is not too necessary at the beginning. Because if you are you're starting the business with 20,000, 30,000, and you need that money almost on daily basis, you don't need to put it in the bank, because if you put it there, you'll be anytime you are doing any transaction, they will tax you, so that money will go down. So they will remove some money for their own transaction. So, but if it's a small thing that you buy things regularly and you can just be keeping it. But once it's going up, but our own interest mostly is this: if you are doing a small business like that, and there is interest coming in, interest can be banked, while you retain your capital to buy your materials. And maybe you have 20,000, you sell all the things, and you are having 10,000 on top. You now have 30,000. You can save the 10,000 while you plow the 20,000 again to it. But if there's more demand beyond that 20,000, then you use both the interest and the gains and the capital. Use it to buy more things. You will see where I would talk about buying materials. Opening a dedicated business account, any of the banks, doesn't mean it must be Zenith. You require document, you require CAC if you want to open an account. Then your tax identification number, valid ID card, and password. This one is when you now want to actually open an account, you must have registered your business with CAC. Except you already have an account before in another name, and you want to just be using that one for the business, pending when you now open a proper account for your business outfit. Marketing your business. Use low-cost marketing techniques. Low-cost marketing techniques. Word of mouth and referrals. Social media marketing, flyer, but not at the beginning. Because all these things requires money. It's when you are expanding that you start talking of going through Instagram or all those things, having posters and flyers. So you can join the local business communities. It's very, very important. The local business community in your area, you must be a member. The benefit is that you can use it to take loan. But they will stand for you. They will guarantee you in taking any loan from any bank. Then you need to keep financial records. It's very important in any business. No matter how small, no matter how big, if you don't have a good financial records, you will not know what comes in on daily basis, what goes out on daily basis. And that will enable you to actually now estimate, what is my gain? What do I gain on daily basis? Which day do I gain most within the week? I was already a worker. I was a graduate. I was working in that 9,000 something or something like that in a month. And my wife happened to be an accountant, and he likes business. She likes business. And she introduced ice cream. Initially, I said, I better forget this guy's business. What is it going to bring? And she looked for a locality, a school that, there's real traffic of students. And we have a landlord that the sister also now went into the ice cream business. So we're no longer selling in the house. Anybody coming, they will say, come to our place. They just stay at the entrance. There is their house. So my wife said, no, look, I'm not going to give up. And let me go to school. I went to Adolo here. And she went with just 25 ice cream, the one they used to tie with hand. In those days, 25. Within 5 minutes, she came back. I said, what? Something you can't even sell in 2 days. She carried another one. Now look for a bigger cooler. Carry about 50. Within 1 hour, she's back again. This is money. Something's coming from here. So that was how I joined her. And can you believe that mostly Mondays, we sell beyond 2,000. 2,000. In a week, we make more than my salary as interest from that ice cream. And the first car I paid for was purely from ice cream. That was my first car. Not from my salary. How will I save? I'll pay my house rent, take care of my children from 9,000. So from ice cream alone, I paid 150,000 under 3 or 6 months for that car. From the ice cream we were selling. And you know, like I said, women, I praise women. She didn't stay there alone. She didn't stop at ice cream. She went into selling kuli kuli. Kwekere. She would carry them to that school and she would sell all. After returning from work, she would go there. Because that time you have morning and evening schools. So what I'm saying is that you must study your environment. You must study your locality. And then capitalize on what they need. And you can easily come up. Before people start taking ice cream to that place, we have made our own money. And God bless us with it. Praise the Lord. So like I was saying, we daily income and expenditure, we were, because she is an accountant, she was recording everything. I don't record. I'm a scientist. I don't really look at that side. But she was recording. Up to today, whatever we are doing in terms of business, she records them. So we have good record and we know how much we spend. That time, for that ice cream, to produce ice cream that we sell for about 500 naira, we don't spend up to 100 naira materials. And you sell it for about 500 naira. So the money was actually coming in. So there are businesses that we can go into and we can, have a good living from it. So profit and loss, you record, grow and improve, reinvest profits, attend training, just as we are doing here. You attend training for more, information in the area you are. Then improve customer service and product quality. You know how to do this one. Your customers will be complaining. So you must look for a way to improve on that area they complain on, so that you maintain them and you keep them. Explore e-commerce or export opportunities. That's when you have really grown up to a very high level that you can now export your produce or your products. Then here are some tips when choosing a business name. Like we don't recommend people choosing their personal name as a business name. Someone will say, Oshomoh Enterprise. This one Enterprise. No. Choose a name that can stand the test of time. Be descriptive, but not too general or vague. Keep it simple. Don't copy your competitors. Most people copy their competitors. Like now you see Coca-Cola. Then you see cola, is it Biggie Cola? And then when you see it, people just carry that Biggie Cola and be drinking and say it's Coca-Cola. They don't even really look at it. They are not the same. So don't copy it. It's not encouraged that you should copy your competitor. Maybe the person may be growing. Say, because it's sorry sir, my represent the Abednego Enterprise. You now say, you only remove the D at the center. They remove the D and say Abednego Enterprise. So when people see it, they'll say it's the same thing. They will just believe it's the same thing and they'll start buying it. But when they look at the taste, it's no longer the same. Say, this thing is not. It's not like this before, because some people know how to, recognize products. So avoid using your own name. Make sure you have a related domain. That is where you control. Then trademark is you have more than 45 types of trademark. So you go there and access it on that website. And then you choose the one that is related to your area. How to start a simple business that does not necessarily need immediate registration. I think this is the one that actually concerns us. This slide is available for everybody. If you have a good phone, just copy it and put there. Ways to start a simple business like akara, meat pie. Choose a profitable location. Like I have said, you must look for where traffic is. People move past there frequently. And, when you are in a market, you see people passing from time to time and they will be pricing what you have. So, but if you are in a location where people don't pass regularly, you will not have enough customers. So you need to choose a profitable location, target high traffic areas, market, school gates, bus stop, motor parks or junctions. Ensure accessibility and visibility to attract foot traffic. That is those who are walking across, to and fro. Then get permission from the local authority or landlord if needed, especially for roadside stores or kiosks. Start small with available capital. Don't say Oshomoh is starting with 100,000. You say 3,000 to 5,000. Granite 2,000 to 10,000. The pot, stoves, trays, and reasonable containers. All these things are available in our kitchen. You don't need to buy them again. Use them to start. Learn the skill. How do you actually do this? Is to get hands-on training from someone already doing it. You must learn from somebody. Don't assume that, oh, I already know it. No. Learn it. It's very important to improve on the little you have, the little knowledge you have about it. So you can spend 1 to 3 days. We will not spend 7 years, like my brother said, in learning how to produce akara. I think this one is very simple. Hello, brother. So that we will not keep our people in one, especially some of us are elderly. So watch tutorials. The young ones who are used to YouTube, you can watch the thing how to produce akara, meat pie, and all that is on YouTube. Then you buy all the necessary ingredients. How do you buy? Buy them in bulk if you have the money. But when you are starting at the very first beginning, buy small. But as your capital is increasing, then you cannot be talking of buying in bulk. When you buy in bulk, your gain will be more. You know, when you are buying, like somebody want to buy beans. If you buy from the woman selling along this street, it cannot be the same quantity when you go to Zelu market to buy. It will not be the same price. You are buying one rubber. Maybe here, I don't know how much is a rubber of beans. Maybe along here could be 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000. But if you go to market, it will come down with at least maybe 500 naira. And that's a plus for you. So that's what we say, you buy all these things in bulk. Then I will give examples of markets where you can buy up to Benin here. Use simple and clean packaging materials. Then for granules and other things, add basic labels when you have produced them. That labels give us another additional, enticement. It invites some people. Say, this label is fine. Oh. Label alone can make some people to buy your products. So please try and improve on that. Then we have said you learn the skill, promote by word of mouth and visibility. We have discussed this. I think we have passed this stage. Where are you? Look at here. Items. Go to that table. We have shown this one now. Capital, we say between 5 and 30,000. Tools, location, ingredients, skills, and marketing. Word of mouth, visual appeals, and neatness. If you are neat where you are selling your product, people will also, like to buy things from you. See, that woman is always very neat. That one alone is another thing that you can use to entice people to buy things from you. Next. So thank you for listening to my little input.